Okay, we are back yet again with Dragon Age Origins. This one's going to be short. Unlike the last one, which I said would be short, but kind of wasn't. This one definitely will be not more than a couple of hours. Because I have other stuff to do, but we will get more done here with the Landsmeet. Last time we finally began the Landsmeet, everyone, all of the earls, or arls as they call them throughout the realm, are meeting here to decide who will be the next king. We have three candidates. There is Loghain, who is in charge by default right now. He is in charge of the army, so that's always the first step towards consolidating power. And he's a respected war hero, but as we know, and not many other people know, and it's hard to convince them that he is evil. And he arranged the killing of the former king because he didn't like his priorities. And yeah, so he is basically the king in practice right now, but not in name. So we're trying to get someone else to be the official king. Another candidate is Honora, who is his daughter, who is also the widow of the dead king. So Loghain was the dead king's father-in-law, but he had him killed anyway. Honora seems very sincere when she says that her father, she has basically turned against her father. You know, she may still love him or whatever, but she doesn't think that he should be the king. And in fact, he arranged to have her kidnapped. So there's little love lost between them, at least in terms of her supporting him as the king, but she wants to be the ruler herself. And she has a very good argument. She's very eloquent. She's obviously been in the halls of power for her entire life, growing up under Loghain, who was the king, who was the old king's top advisor, and then getting married to the new king. So she's always been in these positions. Um, and she would be a great candidate, but we're going to try to push because we know, although we may 90% trust her, the one person we know we can 100% trust is Alistair. So we're trying to get Alistair elected king, and it's hard because A, he really doesn't want to do it, and B, he is not the, although he is the son of the previous king, he was born out of wedlock. He is a bastard, as they say in the world of this game. Not a word that we use much now, at least in that context. But you know, he's not officially in the line of succession because he was born out of wedlock. But he is the brother, the half brother of the recently deceased king, the son of the king before that. So in that sense, he has a very good claim, and we know he's a good person. Um, and there's something to be said for the fact that a good king probably doesn't hasn't spent their entire life desiring and scheming to achieve power. If he becomes a king, it's not going to be about power for him. It's going to be about doing the right thing. So we want to try to make that happen. And let's look at our um, is it here? No, it's here. So, yeah, what happened was that, like I said, Logain had arranged for his own daughter, the queen, to be kidnapped because he knew that she was not going to support him. So we had to rescue her. We went down into the dungeons of Logain's subordinate who arranged his kidnapping. And we actually got captured ourselves, but we escaped, me and Alistair. And, well, first we. What order did things happen in? Yeah, my party and the Queen, Honora, were all leaving. And the door was blocked by a whole bunch of soldiers. And I lost the battle, but all that meant was that Alistair and I were captured and everyone else escaped. That's how it worked. I'm not really sure why that was. That's just how the game works. So yeah, so now the Queen has been freed. We flirted with the possibility of marrying Alistair off to Queen Honora. That would be a very convenient political marriage. That would kind of be like a ticket that everybody could support who isn't in favor of Logain. It would be like consolidating the votes. It would be very powerful. But Honora wouldn't do it unless she was in charge and Alistair was like a figurehead. You know, she's smart. She's not gonna negotiate away her own power. So those were her conditions. So I didn't want that. So even though they were I think both willing to do it under the conditions that Honora is the ruler and Alistair is the figurehead. Because Alistair would be okay with that. Because like I said, he doesn't want to be the king. So the two of them probably would have gone for it, but I didn't want to go for it, so I dropped that idea. But you probably can make it happen. It would be an interesting plot development within the actual game. These two people who do not know do not know each other whatsoever. One of them is the brother of the of the woman's former husband, and she just marries his half brother who she's just met. But that's kind of how it worked in these feudal type situations. You know, marriages were of political convenience. That was certainly not rare. Anyway, so we're not going to do that. And right, so we're still waiting for this friggin' meeting to be called where everyone's going to vote. In the dungeon, we found and freed two people and basically told them, hey, you know, if you appreciate that we freed you, vote for us. So we may have two votes. I don't know how many votes there are or how many we need. But we did get at least two people who said they would vote for us. Obviously, you never know until they cast a vote. Now, the only kind of lead we have to, I guess, get more votes or at least get more information about Logain and what he might be trying to accomplish right now is there is unrest in the Alienage, which is basically the ghetto where the elves have been forced to live. And, you know, usually when we see an elf in the city, not the Dalish elves who have their own civilization, but when we see an elf in the city, they're usually servants. They're usually very meek and afraid of being chastised. So it's going to be interesting and no doubt depressing to see what conditions these elves live under.
Yes.
Indeed.
And that is all the waste. And I don't think I have any side quests whatsoever right now because I really tried to. Yeah, I have these two, which are basically talk to a noble, so I think I have to wait for the actual Landsmeet to happen and them all to gather to do that. A couple of these require me to actually go to the Alienage, so I'll be knocking them off right now. But yeah, I did all the side quests that I could possibly do before starting the Landsmeet section of the game because I thought that might lead immediately to the ending. Now it doesn't. It actually doesn't. We've apparently still got quite a ways to go. Okay. So now this door, which has been closed the
The
entire
worst of it's
game.
cleaned up now. Just watch yourself if you're going in. The alienage is a festering sore full of parasites. And that's on a good day.
Yeah, these people basically treat the elves like the dwarves treat their castless. They have no problem just flat out saying, like, these are parasites. These are not, like, these are inherently inferior beings. Hey Cal, no, you didn't miss the actual Landsmeet. I did the dungeon. I got captured. Apparently you can win that fight where you get captured. I think it's sort of written for you to fail. But I think you can win it theoretically. But I'd have to be a lot better at this game than I am.
We are grateful. The compact is renewed.
So yeah, now I'm entering the Alienage for the first time. I just stepped in it. All right. Did that side quest. Have you ever done it, Kyle? Have you ever won that fight?
What do you need? I suppose a noble death fighting the blighted wretches is better than basking in this squalor. They'd better be paying well.
All right. Well, they certainly made knocking off those two side quests easy. They're standing right in front of you the second you walk in. Oh, you have won it? That's
We're not going
impressive.
to be mobbed, right? That's not something elves do here. Mob people.
Swooping is bad. Yeah, well, I mean, I had what I think is the right strategy because it's the same strategy I do with every fight, which is run to a place where, run to a place where there's a doorway, where you funnel them through a doorway. So I had the right idea, but I didn't go far enough out of the way, first of all, and then, even then, I'm sure I'd have to micromanage and really do it careful.
Who's there? I can't see.
Oh, I thought I was going to be able to do something for this guy. I guess I can't. I thought about it. I flirted very seriously with it. I kind of got them both to the point where they were, I think, willing to do it. But Honora's condition was that she would be the one to rule and Alistair would be a figurehead. And I didn't want that. If she was willing to be the queen and let him be the king and rule, then I would have been super into that. But that's not what she wanted, which I understand. She's as fit to be the ruler as he is. I just don't want that.
Spare a silver for a war veteran?
No, let's ask him some questions first. We'll give him the money.
Ostagar. Darkspawn took off half my foot. Oh, Andraste, bless you, sir. I won't forget your face. No, I won't.
Hopefully that pays off. I don't know. Is this going to be arrest me? Oh. Feral dog. Growls. Let's talk to Mr. Bum Biscuit. Nope. Yeah, good job. A tangled ball of yarn. That's awesome. Oh, I actually have it. It's actually an item that I have. Okay. What is that? What does that do? Tangle ball of yarn. A gift. I don't know who would want it besides him, but okay.
That
Deranged-
is the tree of people, I believe. The Venadal.
What is? What is? What is she talking about? Oh, this thing here. Well, I can't really get a good view of it, but I imagine it's big. Okay, nothing there. I found this flower for Liliana so many times.
As you
now.
say.
Our brothers and sisters and children have these men already taken. Didn't the wedding teach you people anything? Nobody is coming here to help us. We
The
have to
wedding.
help ourselves.
What is the wedding? Okay, they're having some sort of... Okay, good. I think that was another side quest. Yep, did it. Okay, they're having some kind of like patriotic
will
meeting
be
over
done.
here.
I've got children at home. I can't wait out here for another day.
So go home. The best thing you can do for your children is not trust these charlatans.
Everyone remain calm. We will help as many as we can today, so long as we can do this in an orderly fashion.
Oh, you're helping us, are you, Shem? Like Valendrian and my Uncle Syrian, you helped them, didn't you? Help them never to be seen again.
We've explained this to you before, girl. More whining will not persuade us to let you into the quarantine to carry plague back out to the alienage.
Quit trying to get us all killed, Shiani. Some of us have still got things to live for.
If this spell of theirs works, why are half the people they quarantine perfectly healthy?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they mentioned that there was allegedly Sarah was allegedly being quarantined for medical reasons. We don't know if that's actually true or whether that's just a story.
You must not be from around here. Wait. Sora's told me about you. You're the one who freed him from the dungeons. These foreigners say they're here to help with our outbreak of plague. Funny thing, though. All the people they help disappear.
That's not true, and you know it, Shiani. Both my sisters got the Tevinter spell cast on them, and they're fine.
Where's your niece, then? And my Uncle Syrian? And Valendrian? These foreigners have taken dozens of elves into that house over the last few weeks, and none of them have been seen again. One of them was our Haran, Valendrian. And I don't know what we're going to do if we don't get him back.
What is a Haran? Is that a doctor? Is that a leader?
They have to know about it. The Haran complained, and so did I. They just don't care, or something worse. You can try. Those guards mean business.
All right, I'll do that later. For now, I'm looking around. Another official notice. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what the elves live like, because this far into the game and I still have very little idea other than that it probably sucks. And it might be add a little something that I am an elf, you know, maybe that'll affect things. You're sick too. Okay, well, I have seen 2 sick people, so it's not like people aren't actually sick.
Is someone there? Maker's blessing to you, child. Be not afraid. I still have some sight to see you by. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I
This
am
guy's
Sir Otto. I am
much
a
nicer than
I lost my
pretty
sight
much
in a
anyone
battle
else
with a
we've
powerful
met
Maleficar.
who has
He
anything
called
to do with
flame
the
from the air and
Alienage.
burned my face. The scars have healed, but my sight will never recover. Don't be. Many of my brethren died in that battle. We'd heard rumors that there's an enclave of Maleficarum hidden in the Alienage.
Well, that used to scare me, but that was before I got Mana Clash. Now I'm looking forward to it.
Sadly, not anymore. But I have years of hard-won experience. Often the chase is as difficult as the resolution. So I do the Maker's work in whatever way I can. I have found no evidence of Maleficarum in the Alienage. However, there is something else. This place, it's scarred like me. When I
does that
came here,
mean?
I immediately could feel an air of hopelessness, despair. But over time, I felt the wrongness runs far deeper than that. I don't know, but the feeling of wrongness never wanes. And so I attempt to puzzle it out. I don't suppose I could impose upon you.
Sure. Why
It
not?
took patience, but some elves opened up to me, and I've heard their sad tales. But I found no real evidence to support my fears. Ears alone have done all they can. I was hoping you could be my eyes. Look around the Alienage for anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, could you be a little more specific?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
I have a feeling that there is something to be found, though. You seem capable. I have hope that you will find what I seek. Make her watch over you, child.
Oh, now my radio menu is showing up on the screen? That's weird. Like, 5% of the time it shows up. 95% of the time it doesn't. It's cool, though. I'm proud of it. Makes this game very easy to play with the PS4 controller. Okay, so this guy just told me look for anything unusual. That is super unhelpful. Okay. Is this an exit? Yeah. Oh, I can actually talk to this sick guy.
My wife and
Oh.
both our daughters are gone. Someone's got to stay to watch our house.
Sucks for you.
Mama said she'd bring me a present from High Ever. I wonder what it'll be.
Probably the plague.
Is Mother Boanne here yet? What's taking her so long?
Pool of blood. Did this just happen or did I miss it? There's a dead dog here. This is not good. Oh, is that the the sick dog, or there was some kind of feral dog. Oh no, he's still here. He's fine. This is blood from this dog. This is the corpse of a rabid dog. It looks like he was skewered with a spear. Nobody has cleaned up the body and it appears to have been dead for some time. Okay, I guess these are the kind of suspicious things that this guy was talking about.
Just stay away from me. I'm leaving, all right?
Okay, I guess I chose the wrong option there. Oh, how do I get around to get that barrel?
Thank you, sir.
All right, I gave that guy more money than he's ever seen. Okay, I probably have to go through that house to get the barrel. Let's go back to this Templar. Tell him we found a dead dog. I don't know what he's supposed to do about it. Get out of the way, Alistair.
What have you found?
Oh, well, I guess we'll start with the dead dog.
I'll report that at once. I've heard such afflictions can spread, even from a corpse. I suppose someone may not have known that. That's by the orphanage, right?
The orphanage.
Sad place. Did you find anything else?
What's the orphanage story? Well, it's sad because
When
it's
the
an
elven
orphanage.
riot was being suppressed, the orphanage was stormed. It was bad. Very bad. Have you found anything else?
Wow, the humans are...
There's been no
such
fighting in the Alienage
scumbags.
recently. Which means the blood is not congealing. I suppose there could be some explanation for it. One odd thing I am willing to believe, but two is no coincidence. Let's head to the orphanage. Both of your clues were near there.
Dude. I don't get what you're doing. Are you saying that there are crimes, or are you saying that there's something like supernatural? I don't know what he's getting at.
The feeling is intense here. This is the right place. I know not if it's the work of the Maleficarum, but there is definitely evil here. You go first. I will follow.
All right, saving. I was just about to do that. Okay, there's a creepy ghost. Let's go this way. Oh, did I... Oh, I think I... Am I like totally full on inventory? Ah, damn it, I forgot to sell my stuff. Okay, that's spooky. That's cool. And I can go this way, or... Huh, is this thing sort of telling me where to go? I can't go that way. Now I can.
Yes.
Do you hear me, Sir Willem, Sir Willem? I'm a falling, Sir Willem today. I'm a maiden, Sir Willem, But I'm dying, Sir Sir Willem, in pain.
Oh, I do like this. This is cool.
Very
This is
well.
really creepy. I was not expecting
As you
this at
say.
all. Let me see if there's anything I can drop right away. Dagger, no. Nope. Arrows, I don't need them. These dumb rings. Alright, we made a little room. What was... I didn't really mean to take that, but that's okay. What? Okay. That one's locked. Can you fix that, Liliana? I'm guessing not. Yeah, okay.
As you like.
Okay, being attacked by some spookums, I'm guessing. Everybody back here? They're dogs. Are they rabid war dog? I'll tell you what, these things, if they're like the Mabari, they have a lot of hit points.
Blast!
Alright. Let me combat magic. Oh. I don't have my sword for some reason. This happens sometimes. Got on it. Did it unequip my stuff and I got captured? It. It's weird. I better protect Morgan over here. Backstab.
That's a lot of blood.
Alrighty. Alright, so that... Oh. Alright. We didn't aggro everybody, same thing.
Of course.
Oh, where'd our friend go? He was trying to solo this shit.
Here I am.
I wonder if he's down. I bet he is. Oh, that's him. I think that's him right there. Yeah, they hit her. Back to me.
My power is yours.
Liliana, get back here. combat magic
At your
again.
command.
Very well.
Miasma. And start attacking, dudes.
Maker.
Oh, Alistair also needs his equipment back. Kind of important. Oh, he's got his armor. He needs his Dark Fang. And his shield. So this dude's just dead, huh? Well,
I'll do it.
that all seems like a problem. I wish he had run away when we ran away. Does that... Did I just end his quest real quick? Yep. Wow. That blows. That's so typical of this game. The nicest character you've ever seen dies instantly. I mean, arguably, it's my fault. But he didn't go where I told him to go. Are you a magic user? Maybe we'll just rush you. Let's see what you do. I don't really know what you do. Everybody attack her. What's wrong with you?
Very rest. Let's end this quickly. Just you shall touch me.
I can't die. I will never die.
Okay, ghost.
1, 2, Merrick's run through.
Merrick.
3, 4, the kingdom's at war. 8, 9, and now you die.
That didn't really rhyme. Okay, what is here? Riding spirit. All right, everybody, get back. Is that everybody? That wasn't everybody. Everybody. Yeah. Keep going. Okay.
Yes.
What? That's not where I meant to put it. All right, you know what, Morgan? If you cone of cold these people, that'll block the doorway real good. She's casting sleep. Don't cast sleep. Cone of cold.
Now you see true power. There is no hope for you now.
All right, I have combat magic. Let me get miasma.
Is that it? That's it. So shall it be.
That death you're wearing really suits you.
Let's have at it. I will not falter.
Good to go!
I don't know what. I don't know why Leilana didn't feel like participating.
A task?
Tell me.
Yeah, they went right after Morgan, I think. I think she might have cast Hex. Hex draws a lot of aggro. Yep. Hex is a good way to get attacked.
Right away.
Okay, charred corpses. The creepy screaming is getting louder. This all seems great. Can you get this? Nice. Definitely selling it, but that'll sell for, I don't know, maybe a couple of gold. And, of course, lots of torn apart skeletons and blood. What?
Who are they?
Please, leave the children. Take me, but just...
No,
I mean, I didn't really understand that the mission was to protect that guy. I mean, it makes perfect sense because he's blind, but I just didn't even know that that's what was happening. All right, run away. And run away. And yeah, let's go here.
I am ready.
Attack!
Okay, this guy's rampaging.
Now you die!
Be gone!
Let us end this quickly!
Hit the wrong
This is a
key.
waste of time! Another battle There is no hope for you now!
Make us recover.
I knew we could not lose!
Defeated.
Okay.
All is well?
Whoop. Okay, run over here.
I see.
Yes.
Oh, I think it's just the one guy. All right, we can go.
As you say.
Yes.
Rusty, I don't want to go yet. Please. It's so cold now. So cold.
So yeah, what the fuck was rampaging through here, just tearing apart dozens of orphans? This is totally disgusting.
It's done.
So many rooms.
As you like.
That's it? I don't even use arrows. You know that by now. let's run to the other room. That's kind of super cramped. All right.
Very well.
There is no hope for you now!
The battle is finished.
That was teamwork. Yeah, that's probably true. She was probably like, well, those orphans were asking for it. What? Alright, if it's one guy... Well, let's just go back here.
Right.
Oh! Never mind, that's where another one is.
Of course.
Okay. I have combat magic. I have miasma. Right. These spells last for a long time, which is nice. Okay, let's just go.
This will not end well.
Is your time to die?
You have forced my hand!
Right away.
You have forced my hand!
Alright. I mean, these fights are not hard, but this is just disturbing. Ooh, are you a spellcaster? I think you are. Drop that. I guess he wasn't actually.
Be gone!
Easy. We have done well.
Another point.
What? Where is it? Nah, everybody get back in here.
Very well.
Let us end this.
Of course.
Nice job, Morgan. I guess it works as long as we recover before he does.
Leave me alone. Just go.
Ew, okay. These guys look a little tougher. Run away.
The voices will protect me. They will.
Yes.
Okay. If you think my playstyle is repetitive, you are correct. This time I can paralyze, which I usually can't do because I don't have time. Yeah, let's just go.
Wipe them out! Tear them apart!
Is that it?
Those guys explode a lot, but I don't think it actually does anything. It'd be bad if it did. Rubble with nothing. I think those guys came out of the rubble saving, okay. How many dead children are in here? There's literally hundreds. This is so grotesque.
On my way.
Okay, $3. And worn amulet. Is that anything? Probably belongs to somebody. Oh, this is the way out, finally. You found an interesting amulet. Someone in the Alienage is probably missing it. The dead dogs. Yeah, people don't like when animals die and things. There are people, and it kind of doesn't make sense, but I kind of get it also. There are people who don't mind seeing like 5,000 people get shot to death, but if there's one dead animal, they'll be like, I cannot watch this. So I think this was all kind of for naught because I failed the mission like instantly when the guy died, so there was really nothing I could do here besides just kill things. And you know, obviously you get experience points from that, but I don't think I really needed to do any of this because the quest ended as soon as the guy died. I just needed to show myself a bunch of tiny child skeletons. That's what I got out of doing this. I think this may have been where the guy's body was for close to the beginning. So if I'm right, his body is gone even. Oh, there's still maybe... No, I can't get there. Okay, we're not as... Oh, here. I remember this. Huh. Well, I'm guessing that I needed the... I'm guessing I needed the guy to get into these doors I can't get into. I'm guessing there's not much I can actually do about that at this point. It would be hard to keep him alive because there's like, you know, I don't know, a dozen different fights in here. Oh, I think the door I saw was the door out. All right. Well, that was creepy, but I can't help feeling like I
Oh, it's good to see you again,
didn't
friend.
experience what I was supposed to experience because I let the guy die instantly.
And these are other veterans.
I'm an orphan.
Oh, and an orphan. Please, my lord, can you spare some coin?
Okay, well this sucks. So this guy was actually faking?
I am insulted. A veteran campaigner am I. And Oli is as bereft of parents as anyone's ever been.
My mom is especially dead.
No need to mention that, Oli. Will you help us?
This is pretty funny. And wow, they have pock marks all over them. Do they have the plague? That would not be great. I'll keep giving him money. Let's see where this goes.
Oh, you're too kind. Just too kind.
The Maker preserve you.
Long live the good sir!
I'm not sure there's going to be a third time, but let's just see where this goes. Okay, Sirion's house. Okay, Sirion. That was, I think, the name that that other elf was saying got taken in. Ah, look at this kitty cat. Got taken into the quarantine, you know, got quarantined and never came back.
I'll do it.
Yeah, that was funny. The dialogue was funny. My mom is especially dead. Oh, I know this guy. I think I rescued him from the dungeon.
It's you. Come in. I didn't thank you before, did I?
I wish I could give you something. Everything I owned was lost to looters after the purge. Not that I had anything valuable to begin with.
Being stupid and hot-headed. The old Earl's son ruined my wedding. A few of us went to take back what he stole from us. I got captured.
I suppose I got off easy in a way. I lived. Miss Terranhau's purge and the plague both. Lucky me. I guess the plague's been pretty bad. I've seen a few sick people myself, but by the time I got here, it seemed to be under control. There are mages from Tevinter here helping to treat it. But there's something odd going on, though. My cousin Shiani could tell you more. You can't miss her. Just look for the angriest woman in the alienage.
Okay, yeah, this is in case I went in here first instead of going to the other place first. It's repeating the same storyline.
I don't know. You can only find out for certain if it doesn't work. And no one wants to put it to a serious test. I guess so. I'd expect Templars here otherwise.
Well, there used to be one.
Between the Civil War and Ostagar,
fix that.
the city doesn't have enough soldiers left to seal the alienage. And only elves and refugees have gotten sick. I'm sure that if anyone important gets the plague, the alienage will burn. I guess the plague's been pretty bad. I've seen a few sick people myself, but by
You
the time
said
I
that.
got here, it seemed to be under control. There are mages from Tevinter here helping to
You
treat it.
said this too.
There's something odd going on, though. I know you've already done a lot for me, but I have to ask. Could you talk to Shiani?
please.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on here, but
You're
I know
making me
she's in over her head.
making me repeat things I already did. Yes, I spoke with her. Thank you.
You did? Thank you. What did she say? She said that to me as well, but it doesn't make any sense. Why would they lock people inside that house unless they had a reason? Thank you. Make her protect you.
Wait, did I just choose the right option?
I'd try to repay you if I could, but I think you're better off not being seen with me. I told you about my wedding, right? Some people think it was my fault that Hal let a purge in here. If I hadn't tried to attack the Earl's son, maybe they're right. Maybe it is my fault. Or maybe Hal was just bored. I don't know. Make her watch over you, friend.
I'm not sure I said the right thing. I meant to tell him about that other guy who got taken. Yep. Yeah, it is suspicious if the refugees don't get it. If the refugees get it. Because if only the elves got the disease, you could say, okay, this is a disease that only affects elves. But if refugee humans get it, but humans who live here don't get it, that is very suspicious. So I see where this is going. This is funny. Now we got...
There he is! Now, no crowding. Let the good sir breathe.
1,000 people.
There are a lot of unfortunates in the alienage, sir. Many veterans, orphans, the diseased, and sad tales of all sorts.
I still don't have my parents.
Yes, sir. Poor Oli still doesn't have his parents. Anything you can spare would be appreciated.
I mean, 50 silver isn't a lot, but now it's starting to become about principle.
So sorry, friend. Honestly, most everyone here has a sad tale. You've been good to me and Oli. They just heard of your good deeds is all.
Oh, huzzah! Huzzah for the hero of the dinnerim!
All of us are eating tonight.
It says beggar in quote marks. It's funny because it's sad. What?
They are quiet. They call for blood no more.
Oh. Okay, I don't know how I would know this, but okay.
It's my grandmother's. You found it, sir. May I have it? I feel like a mist is leaving. Oh, thank you, sir. I have to live my life.
Okay, that wasn't really adequately explained, but okay. You returned the beggar girl's amulet. Okay. Suppose I did. Valandrian's house. Can you fix this? Hey! Okay. I didn't think that was gonna work. I wish there was a I wish there was a merchant here, but logically there probably will not be. Okay. I mean, is there anything here besides garbage loot? Is there some kind of clue as to where this guy went? Well, that was pointless.
I shall.
I'm sure I'll have to come back there. And there'll be something there when I do it at the right time. Did I talk to this person with the yellow name?
There's nobody to play with me.
Okay, she's gotta have something later. Map. Okay. Siren's house did it. Orphanage did it. Lendrin's house did it. Hospice, that's where all the people are. Outlet store. Oh, great. Okay, there is a store. I bet they're not going to sell anything worthwhile, but I can sell them my useless stuff. Is this it? Excuse me.
Right away.
Passing through. Okay, what's your story?
I don't think I've ever seen you before. Are you from High Ever, Redcliffe? Welcome to Denerim. They came to treat the Blight Plague. You did know about the plague, didn't you? How bad is it? Do catastrophes come in different sizes?
Yeah,
One
yes,
day,
they absolutely
your child
do.
comes home with a cough. The next day, she's fevered, seeing things, hearing voices. And the day after that, she's dead, and it's your wife coughing. All you can hope is that when the last person in your house takes sick, you'll open a window, so the smell will bring someone to take your bodies out for burial. Is that bad enough for you? I don't know what it's like where you're from, but everyone here is family. A cousin,
It's not
uncle,
like that where I'm
niece.
from, I'm pretty sure.
It's magic. I suppose in the Imperium they use magic to boil water and cross a street. The Chantry sent a Templar to watch them the first day. If the Chantry says it's safe, it must be. It's supposed to keep you from getting sick. If you're already ill, though, well, they take you into quarantine.
There isn't any healing magic, I know that. Really? There aren't vaccines? There aren't magical vaccines that protect you before you get the thing?
I don't know. Either you don't get the plague because you got their magic put on you, or you don't get it because you just got lucky. But it can't hurt, right? No one who's gone in has come out again.
That's
Could be
super
they die in
suspicious.
there.
Not one
Could be they've
person.
recovered and just can't come back yet.
Oh, wouldn't they tell somebody if they were
In the hospice
releasing
on the
them
corner.
eventually?
Don't think they'll let you in, though. It wouldn't be much of a quarantine if people just come and go there. Good day.
Yeah, but I also want merchant stuff.
Was there something else you needed? Well, I might be able to help you, depending on what you need.
Do you want money?
They've come to deal with the plague. What did you want to know exactly?
Oh, alright, we had these conversations.
Who's to say they do? Maybe they'd let us all rot if they could. They don't want our sickness spreading to their people. That's why they've come.
Yeah, this is super suspicious, in between the fact that none of the humans who live here get the plague, and no one who gets quarantined ever appears again.
From the Blight, refugees carried the sickness here from West Hills and Lothering. I've heard that along the Imperial Highway, there's so many dead the vultures have gotten too fat to fly.
That's a
They have
disturbing
magic
image.
that protects you. It's supposed to keep you from getting sick. If you're already ill, though, well, they take in the hospice on the corner. Don't think they'll let you in, though. Good day.
Okay, let's do merchant stuff
Is there
now.
something else you needed? Of course. Just keep it quiet.
What? Okay, first of all, what do you have? Ooh, Tome of Skill and... Okay, I'll get that. This is a staff. Now I don't have a staff, only Morgan has a staff. Yeah, it's worse, or it's not clearly better. +2 melee critical chance. That's actually pretty good, you know? For 55 silver, I'll take it. A gift. See, this mod is a bit of a spoiler. Because, yes, I can see that Loghain is somehow a companion I can have, which is incredible. I can't wait to see how that works. But yeah, I sort of got spoiled a little bit there. I've had gifts in the past that were for Loghain. It's pretty wild. All right. Oh, I need to sell him stuff. That's the main reason I came here. Nope. Oh, that stuff is magic, right? Stuff I sold to him. Yeah, that's all good. Alright, well, I'm making money back. I could even maybe... I guess I'll keep this. Maybe put on Zevran or something. But yeah, I could maybe buy make another big ticket purchase here. Buy another big item. That could be good. I'll keep that. All right, this is good. We cleared out a lot of room. And I can give these gifts to people. Let's give Leilana a flower yet again. I think this is the third time. She's already 100% also.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
And this remarkable ruby, is anyone less than 100? What about you, Morgan? She's back up to 100. He's 100, even though I was like, marry someone who you barely know. And he was like, what are you, crazy? All right. I'm sure there's someone in camp who's less than 100. I'll give it to them. Okay. Let's see if we can talk to these people.
There is no need to push. We will work our spell for each person in... Issarian's mercy. How long have you been ill, man? You should have come here days ago.
Oh. I'm an elf. I wonder if I would have this option if I wasn't an elf. I probably wouldn't. All right, yeah, I feel super sick. You should definitely bring me in there.
The rest of you must stay back. Only the sick are permitted inside.
Guards, help me subdue him.
Okay. Didn't really mean... Fuck, when's the last time I saved? Jesus, did not mean to pop that off.
What in the maker's name is this? Stop him!
This dude's going over here.
You should run while you can.
Oh, all the people, the regular people are attacking. Oh, they're not regular people. They're attacking me. I know, right? Auto save at 7. Okay, so this. Oh, I think this is me kicking off the fight, though. That's the problem. I'm sorry. Maybe it's cheating, but I didn't. Yeah, this. I didn't have any reason to think that this would mean I would kill the healers. I mean, that's terrible. It's bad enough I let that bad enough I let that blind guy die.
At your command. What in the maker's name is this? Stop him! Okay, go with you now.
You will not win!
I tried to be merciful. Too easy. Trouble.
Wow, the way they explode into blood, those must be people with the plague. You know, if they even are healers, because I don't know, and don't tell me, but I don't know whether any of this is actually real, but the thing is, like, I don't want to fuck it up and not see the story. You know what I mean? Like, I already didn't see the story of what that blind guy does. And now if I kill these people, then I'm not going to see the real story of what the hospice is. I'm just going to... I'm just going to kill everyone and walk on in and go wherever I feel like. But I won't see the story they intended.
Right away. I'll do it.
Alright, I'm not going to ask him all the questions. I don't think that's
I don't
important.
think I've ever seen you before. Are you from High Ever, Redcliffe? A few...
Alright. Buy this. Buy this. Buy this. Sell. Wait, what did I just do? Blank film. Okay, I can definitely sell that. One diamond. Because the wiki told me I need one for something. I forget what. Yeah, whatever. That's all fine. Give Leilana her flower.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
And actually, do we want her to wear this belt? +2 melee critical chance or +3 defense. But maybe we could put the +3 defense on somebody else. +1 strength. Yeah, I think I like the +3 defense on him. Because critical chance for Leilana is going to be really good. Yeah, she should use this because it's magic, and my belt is the super duper killer belt. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. You take the critical chance, and you take the defense. Yeah, I like this. All right, so I'm gonna go in by myself. It's fine.
There is no need to push. We will work our spell for each person in Viserian's mercy. How long have you been ill, man? You should have come here days ago.
Does he not notice that, like, all the other elves are in rags and I'm literally in the armor of the king of the entire realm? Literally.
The rest of you must stay back. Only the sick are permitted inside.
Come with us.
All right, so what's going on in here? What is with your shady operation? And can I just walk around and take things? Probably.
What's this?
We've got another one.
Wait. That's the one the Regent's looking for. One of the Grey Wardens. 5 sovereigns are the one who brings down the Warden.
Now, is that because I tried to open a chest? Fuck, now I'm gonna have to play this again. Come on. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. Yep, I better get my defenses up. Miasma's good. Better get the Glyph of Warding. Alright, here we go. Now stay in this glyph, it's your best friend.
Of course.
There is no hope for you now!
Oh, someone hit me. If I got stunned, that's gonna be...
This is a waste of time!
Alright. Okay. Ooh, supervisor. And let me work on these guys.
Very well. Let us end this quickly!
Okay, gonna work on this guy. Gonna send everybody flying. Nice, okay. Take Illyrium. Alright, that's all good. Put down warding over here.
Very well.
Alright, let's... Oh no, that's gonna... This isn't gonna be the mass paralysis, is it? I really hope not. Okay, good. Let's work on this guy.
You are
Oh, whoop. I'm almost dead. I waited a little too long there. Alright. Marion. Alright, I thought I was gonna start this over, but this is taking too long, so I'm not going to. Maybe I'll just see what happens, but okay. Thank you very much, Kyle. Good to see you as always. Probably gonna stop around 9:30 Eastern. Nice, nice, nice.
Die! Now you fall!
Okay,
Flee
paralyzed.
while you can!
And beat him up.
Die quickly! Be gone!
Okay. Let's save this under the name Whoops. And let's see what happens if I don't open a chest. Why did somebody say level up? Wait a minute. Maybe it's probably the dock. Never mind.
On my way.
There is no... Hysarians, mercy. How long have you been in...
The rest of you must stay back. Only the sick are permitted inside.
Come with us.
Yeah, I'm not meant for soloing. I had to use a bunch of potions there. Okay, don't open the crate.
What's this? We've
Oh.
got another one. Wait. 5...
Alright, don't talk to the guy. Again, maybe you consider this cheating, I get it. I just want to understand what this is.
What's this?
Oh.
We've got another one. Wait.
It's not...
5...
I think it's just walking towards him. I don't even think I have to do anything. So then what happens if I go this
Yes.
way? A locked door that needs a key. Okay, so I think this has to happen.
Go join the
That's
other
what-
elves before I drag your ass over there.
Damn.
Quiet. Go join the others and we will keep this civil. Quiet. Go join the others and we will keep this civil.
Alright, so I think this has to happen unless... If I go straight to this door, does it happen?
What's this?
Yeah.
We've got another one. Wait. That's the one that... 5...
Okay, so this looks like it really has to happen. So we will load the save called whoops. Okay, didn't get whatever was in there. I don't have a rogue. What do you want? Bring 8 males and 6 females for next shipment. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a scam. These people are not... Either they're not... I mean, we know that it's weird because we know there is a disease, but maybe the people who are being taken are actually not the people who have the disease. Okay, that's a different area. Let me not do that yet. And I can say this is current now.
Help us, please! We're not sick! Let us out of here!
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you, friend. I don't know, and I don't want to find out. We're leaving. Make her keep you.
Oh, they're selling them into slavery, apparently. That's what's happening. I'm surprised slavery isn't just legal and they can't just do it.
It will be
They
done.
they don't see these. They see these people as being inferior. Where is my party? Oh, I need to fight these people anyway. That's hilarious. Alright, well. Oh, the fight's in middle of happening. Alright, well. We will take a potion. And wreck this guy's life with the Mana Clash. Elf woman. Why am I killing her? I guess I am. Oh. Should have gotten this guy in the Mana Clash. Does Morgan have a debuff? Oh, she's fine. That's hilarious. I went through all that troll to not have that fight, and then you just have it anyway. Okay, now what happens? Perhaps I should tell Shiani about this. Is she gonna be in what's his name's house?
Oh, bless you. Bless you.
I
I'd try to repay you if I could, but I think you're besides crawling over the wall? Come to think of it,
Is that my
there's a
mission now?
back
Just
alley
to
that leads
leave?
to some old rat trap apartments. Last year, the owner got picked up by the City Watch. His place had a door that led out to the docks. He was using it to smuggle in weapons. Thank you. Maker protect you.
Okay, is this game going to tell me where Shiani is? That's the way I came in. Why don't I try going the other way? Oh, there she is. Thought she'd have her marker, but okay.
What happened? Some of the elves ran out, but I didn't recognize any of them. Where are all the others? Let me see that. What does this even mean? They can't be shipping people, can they?
Yes, they can.
No. People go in, but they don't come out. They aren't shipping anything out of there that we've seen. They could be moving through the back alleys. There are all sorts of buildings
Okay,
back
so this
there.
is
They
my
could be using one as
the
some
second
sort of
time the game has
warehouse,
unsubtly told me
staging
go to the
area.
back alleys.
There are apartments off the alleys. I would go to the back of the hospice
Yep,
and maybe
it's
follow the
certainly
alley from
making
there.
it clear
If
what
you
I'm
find
supposed
any
to
more
do.
information, please let me know. I refuse to accept that they're all simply gone.
Yeah, you can refuse to accept a lot of things. It doesn't. Is this the right way or the wrong way? Oh, that's definitely the wrong way. But what about this? If I go and I make a left.
It's done.
Is the back alley going to be a place I see? These back alleys already existed. Huh. Is this going to help any? Perhaps you should tell Shiani about this. I just did. This is going to be the same thing. This is going to be the city map. Yeah, I don't think this is what I want. I also don't see anywhere on this map the kind of back alley. I mean, there's this place that's called back alley, but that's different. I've been there. You can see it's in a different district. What exactly did they say? They could be moving with the back through the back alleys. What about this? There's a back alley that leads to some old rat trap apartments. Oh, geez, I must have switched them off because I didn't like what they were doing. No wonder Leylana's just standing around sometimes. I meant to switch it back. Wow. I don't see anything marked. Kind of the only real back alley is behind the hospice. That's kind of the only place here that you would describe as a back alley. So let me go there. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not on the map. Oh, it is. It is. I'm just an idiot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me save and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Let's try this room.
As you like.
Yes, just a sick person.
10 coppers for a dozen eggs. They say it's on account of the war. The chickens aren't going to war.
Now who's being naive?
Who's there? Stay away! I can't say nothing. Please, just go. I don't want trouble.
Sure, I'll pay you too, why not?
All right. I saw them take everyone. Took them right out of their beds. Dragged them down the hallways.
Are you
The little one's crying.
Are you making this up just so I'll pay you money? I'm a little suspicious about this.
Every few days, they come back. It's like a parade, a silent one. Men and women and children. You have to go. They'll be back soon. They'll find out I talked and they'll take me too. Please, just go.
2 gold. It didn't actually tell me at any point that's how much I was paying him, but okay. Always make sure you have a little bribing money. Even though that information was not the slightest bit helpful. Broken vase. Dried blood and bits of hair stick to the edges of this vase. Okay. I mean, someone was attacked in here, and that's not... Doesn't take a CSI unit to figure that out.
Right away.
But what am I supposed to do with that information? Many chairs that I can... A toy doll. Yeah, I mean, obviously these people just either were dragged out or ran away, or more likely were dragged out against their will. Alright, it's a dirty... Didn't even let me read the whole thing, but it's a dirty beat-up toy doll. Yeah, okay, what do you want me to do about this? Ooh, I got a bone. Oh, the sextant. Okay, that is a quest item. And then I'll give a dog a bone. Oh, he's not here? Where'd he go? Did he die? Are you injured, Mr. Bum Biscuit? No, I don't know why you disappeared. Oh, he probably... when I went into the infirmary by myself. Okay, boy, do you want a bone? You want a bone? I can't imagine it's even possible to get his approval below 100. I'm curious if he can. Alright, absolutely nothing has happened here, but...
Ask away.
Okay, we got a fight. Everybody run away. You shouldn't have stuck your nose in here, Shem. Well, maybe you shouldn't have pissed off 4 people with swords and spells and shit, plus a dog.
At your command.
They can't even make it past the door. Okay, I'll go get the archers. You guys do the rest of this.
Turn and run! Violence is a solution. I am your
I think we work well together.
Wow, it took long enough to kill those
done.
guys. Expert Dormer Rune. That's probably good. Okay, don't know who those guys... Well, I guess they were guards. Don't know what I'm getting out of this, really. I guess, did I just pick up that key? Maybe I needed to fight them to get that key. Whoop, I didn't even look where I was going.
What's this? Another shipment already? Who we want? Wait, you're no Tevinter. Who are you supposed to be?
Interesting. I shouldn't say 3. I mean, I would just fight these guys. That's boring. Number 1 is kind of just as bad. It's either 2 or 4. I like... 4 is a pretty bad... You have to be a real idiot to believe that. Let's go 2. Let's see what happens.
Quick, get them, hurry!
Okay, that didn't work. Soldier, soldier, soldier. Okay. That's all fine. I'll just go.
Let's end this.
Very well.
Is that it?
Oh, this could be good. You should now we get our hands dirty.
And back. Now you die.
I feel like Alistair is still taking the cleanser off people. I mean, still taking the mark of death off people. This idiot. Where am I in terms of the map? I'm in this little tiny area that I wasn't able to get to previously. Is this compound? Interesting. Is that where I'm going right now? Warehouse. Okay. Huh, the game says warehouse, but the map says compound. Let's just see.
What is the meaning of this? We were told that there would be no interference from the authorities.
Why do I get the feeling that if I say number 1, she'll say something like attack? That seems to be the only conversations I have here. Let's say number 2. Maybe she'll give us a little something if we don't say, I'm here to stop you.
No, you look like an elf with more curiosity than sense. You will regret this, you know. Believe it or not, we've been given dispensation to do our business here. The humans talk a great deal about how very wrong slavery is. But isn't it funny how quickly the smell of gold overcomes such ideals?
Yeah, you're a super traitor. You're a terrible, terrible excuse for an elf. Let's see if we can talk her down with the super talking powers.
I am no fool. I can see that you are capable. So be it. I will let Caladrius deal with you while I fetch the Regent's men. I suggest you leave while you still can.
I probably should have just...
Trap right ahead.
I probably should have killed her.
Right ahead.
Probably should have killed her just on principle. Now everybody go down and let Leilani go first because she's the one who detects traps. Interesting choice, Morgan. So much garbage. I like this. I like this room.
As you like.
Oh, this is a whole... Okay, I thought this was a room that was big enough for like one person. Alright, let's... I'll go in the other room.
You will learn to fear me. Let us
That was good that was good teamwork right there for once.
Sometimes.
Ooh, this is a... I mean, it's not going to be better than what I have, but it's good. Two more guys in here. They are archers. All right. Just bum rush. It's fine.
This will not end well. Be gone! I will not.
Backstab. Backstab.
Yes.
That's what happens when you split up your forces. Learn basic military strategy, my dudes.
I shall.
It will be done.
Are they archers? Is that their... Yeah, I think they're all archers. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Everybody hold, and I'll do the paralyze. The mass paralyze.
Very well.
This is going to be so perfect. It's going to be amazing. The only thing is there's a bunch of traps. Let's get this guy.
You will learn to fear me. Now we get out. This is not
All right. I don't know what those traps were. I think I may have resisted them or something. I don't think they were like claw traps. I think they were some other kind of trap. All right, it's over. We have the high ground. Keep going. Keep going this way. They're not coming? What if the dog approaches? Dog scout. Are they coming now? Okay, here they come.
Of course.
Okay, and you are about to get paralyzed. And there we go. Oh, I didn't realize there was a couple more dudes in here. Okay, that's fine. I'll put down... Oh, I won't put down anything because I'm stunned. Yeah. Just hit him with the sword, it's fine. Whoa, what was that? Oh, heroic offense. I think that's what Morgan is casting that makes me glow. I think that's it. That would make sense. Alrighty.
I am Caladrius, and you, I assume, must be the Grey Warden.
You're a mage. You're
so much
dead 5 seconds from now. You've heard me. Everyone's heard me.
What I want is for my business here to be concluded smoothly. If that requires that you and I come to some terms, then so be it.
How do you know? Everyone I run into knows who I am. Why would I be so surprised about this?
An exchange, perhaps. I've heard that you're trying to erode Logain's support. It must be a difficult task, yes, like washing away a mountain. Perhaps you could use some help. Truth be told, there was always a limit to how long we were going to be able to operate here. We've paid for many of Logain's troops, but once the Landsmeet
First of all, if you don't want people to think you're evil, don't talk like this.
Inconvenient. So, here is my offer. 100 sovereigns from you for a letter with the
barely
seal
have
of
that much. I think I do
Terran
have it.
upon it, implicating him in all of this. Then we leave a few days earlier than planned with our profits and remaining slaves unharmed.
'Tis a reasonable enough starting offer.
I feel dirty. We're not considering this, are we?
So, do we have a deal? Even you must admit it's much better than resorting to barbarism, yes? It's legitimate. Whether or not it will actually help you, that I cannot say. Some people will not believe the truth even when it is right in front of them, yes?
I mean, this is, number one's kind of not his problem.
You're not. Did I say you were? I'm simply hoping the world is full of pragmatists, shall we say.
What are my counter-offer options?
Interesting.
A lot. I accept your deal, but you give me the letter for free. Leave the profits and the letter. Take your slaves and go. Well, that's real bad. Leave the elves and the letter. Take your money and go. Well, that's... You leave everything. Get out with your hides. What's the difference between... Okay. So there are three things here. Letters, money, slaves. So I could ask for any combination of the things. I'm going to go for the tougher option. Because I don't really mind fighting these guys. I'm sure it'll be fine. One mage will insta-kill and a few soldiers that I've been running through. That's fine. If you give me everything, I'll let you live. I think that's generous, honestly.
Now, that's not much of a deal, is it? Let's do this the hard way, then. Men, shall we?
All right. There are more guys here than it showed on the map, but that's fine because you're going to die right now. Ooh. He took some hits. All right. We all know how this works. Everyone on the mage and go. He survived.
A blood sacrifice for power.
Wow, he had great tactics. He just had constant stuns. He did what I like to do. Let me hear what.
What I want is for my business here to be concluded smoothly. An exchange. I've heard that you're trying to erode Logain's support. It must be a... Truth be told, So, there.
'Tis a reason.
So, do we have a deal? Interesting.
I could not take his money. That's an entirely reasonable option, but you know what? Let's see what he says. I'm not sure I'm going to stick with it.
Oh, no, that won't do. These elves are worth... Well, the entire trip isn't profitable without them, I'm afraid. Have you anything else to suggest? No, I suppose not. I've always been too optimistic for my own good, it's true. Let's do this the hard way, then. Men, shall we?
Okay, I'm still going to start off with Mana Clash on him. It's been a long time since I had a hard fight. I'm like not used to it. But in the meantime, everyone else on this guy.
Make us breath!
Where shall I strike?
Is this guy an archer also? Okay, if these guys are archers, I'm gonna move it. Alright, now everyone else kill archers. Oh, they're running.
I am ready.
Stay on this guy. I'm just gonna have to keep redirecting. Everybody's like stun locked and fucked up right now.
I'm hurt. I need help. I need healing soon.
Blood sacrifice for power. A blood sacrifice for power.
All right, battle is here. You should run while you can.
Enough!
If you were more careful, that
Enough!
wouldn't happen.
It seems your reputation
I get it. He
is
was
an accurate one. I surrender.
he was healing himself by killing his own guys. That was tough. I went down and I'm hard to get down now.
Were I to use the life force of the remaining slaves here, I could augment your physical health a great deal. Allow me to leave this place alive, and I would be more than happy to do this little service for you.
An interesting offer, if a tad messy.
So, is my offer of interest to you, yes?
Morgan, you're completely psychotic. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Then, I don't suppose you would consider just, letting me go?
Yeah, this guy's a complete psychopath. We can't do this.
Well, that is a shame, isn't it?
Alright. Mana Clash. Is he gonna start killing the Elsa?
All right, let's go!
Why didn't Mana Clash do that the first time? That would have been real good.
Now that's unexpected. Are you one of them? What happens to us now?
I have no idea how I would know. Yeah, okay, who are you?
I'm Valendrian, the Alienage Haren. I wouldn't have thought I was worth anything either.
Oh,
Apparently,
that's,
the
I guess that's what a Haren is.
Storytellers. Free? How strange to hear that word in here. We will not trespass long on your good graces. Come, everyone, let's go home.
Alright. I usually play very pacifistic. I normally don't kill people if there's any other choice in the matter, but that guy really had to go.
Of course.
He was
Here I am.
totally too dangerous to leave alive. He would just sacrifice anyone's life for any reason. Oh, he's got stuff on. Ooh. All this looks... I guess it's worth picking up. I don't know. I don't think I have these knockback bolts. I can't imagine I'm ever going to use a crossbow, but... $12, that's what he has. No wonder he asked me for 100. How much do I have? 157. I could have given him the 100 if it wasn't such a crazy offer. Alright, what do you actually have on you? Robes of the Magister Lords. I don't think I'm going to use it, but I'll take it. And Slaver Documents with Logain Signature. Okay, so that was the whole reason I did any of this. Basically. Okay, good stuff. Man, that fight was tough, though, because he just constantly healed himself. I guess eventually he sort of ran out of his own people to kill, and then he was in trouble, but as long as he had allies, he wasn't going down. So I tried to get down the allies first, not even realizing that that's how this worked, but I tried to do it. But he brought down my 2 mages before I could do it. But Alistair's also pretty hard to kill. Alright, so I'm done here, right? As far as I know. Alright, let's turn in side quests.
So I spoke to this hunter the other day, and you know what he says?
The one who talked about all the werewolves?
The werewolves?
Said he saw them plain as day. Wonder what he's been drinking.
Saw the hero, Dane, walking beside them too, I expect.
Hmm.
With undrossed Dane.
Oh, okay, this is sarcasm. Yep, there are werewolves.
Wait, someone's listening.
You sure?
That is a thing.
All men are the work of our Maker's hand.
Those stung with 100 arrows, those suffering from ailments both great and small, his heart was strong, and he moved on.
Those who bring ham.
I've heard this thing about the ham and the bread and the sinners 9,000 times. Alright, go in the back alley.
Does not bread sinners.
Take this. You've earned it.
Another 2 gold, and we are up to 162. Love it. Okay, nothing there. Bup, 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 bup. The Blackstone Irregulars. Is that on my map? Are they in the tavern? I think maybe they are.
I hear there isn't even really any dark.
I think they might be right.
News about how? Everyone in the city has. Bryland must be pleased.
That half-blood is as cold as the mountains. Did they not serve together in the war?
Oh, I can hardly speak ill of the sense or conscience of any man simply for wishing Rendon Howe dead. You've met him. The man made vipers seem personable.
Well, I didn't say I was shedding any tears over his passing. He never was any friend of mine.
Oh, I'm supposed... All right. Sighard. Oh, okay. I think I've met a guy in the dungeon who was clearly kind of a spoiled brat dick. This might be his dad.
Whoever you are, Wait. I know you. My son described you in great detail. He tells me that I owe you his life. You see me at a loss. I suppose I have yet to recover from the shock of seeing Oswin. I am Ban Sigurd of the Dragon's Peak Benorn, and I owe you a debt of gratitude for your kindness to my son. Is there anything you would ask as a reward for saving Oswin?
Vote Alistair.
Thank you again. Know that I will stand behind you at the Landsmeet with all the support I can muster. In fact, I am taking my supper today with Ban Reginalda of the White River Benorn. I'll speak with her about this at once.
Okay, we might have 3 votes and proof that Loghain is a slave trader or whatever. Edwina.
Good job clearing those louts out.
Oh, she's the bartender. Thanking me for something I did
The captain
so
sends
long
his
ago.
regards.
Ooh, Morgan leveled up. Oh, and she's... Her and me are both injured.
Shall we?
Is she level 21? And she can go up to 22? Or did she just go up to 21? Is this the level that she currently is, or the level... Okay, so I think she is level 21. I just have to spend the points, but she's not going to become 22. So, okay, I still have the most XP, because I'm almost halfway to the next level. And yeah, Morgan just hit 21. And Alistair and Leilani are like only halfway through 20. They're lagging way behind. I don't really know how you get experience. There's not a lot I can do about it. Rick. Alright, I don't know. I'll meet this person at some point, I'm sure. The Blackstone Irregular. That's not what I just did? Oh, they're in here.
Was that your daughter I saw in the market, Simon?
Oh, no.
Probably.
Oh, good thing I went to the tavern. That's where all these people are. I thought I was going to meet them later. But no, I was supposed to come here.
I'll have to send her to a cloister.
No need for such drastic measures. She's only a child. She'll outgrow this.
How old is she now? 15?
Is that the number that represents becoming intolerable? Yes. She turned 15 this past spring.
My son Osrin was just as bad.
May I help you? This is Ermenric's. Explain yourself. My brother would no more part with this ring than with his head.
Oh, this is a guy who's in the dungeon and he refused to leave. He was just praying. Let's say number 2, and maybe we can get her to vote against Loghain.
Loghain? What does my brother have to do with him? A dungeon? What? No. I will go to him at once. Someone will answer for this. Take this with my thanks. It has been in my family since the War of Crowns, crafted for us by the Circle of Magi. An heirloom is a small thing compared to my brother's life.
What did I get? Spirit Ward. Plus 10 spirit. That's garbage. Okay. You don't happen to have anything, do you?
What can I get you, stranger?
How fares your brother?
Right.
I had hoped to see him while I was in town.
Didn't you say that you were gonna go get this guy out of the dungeon?
He's been away. He answers none of my
And now she's talking about his brother doesn't answer her. Like, wow, this was a bad job by them. I just explained to her where her brother is, and she not only is not going to save him, she's talking like she doesn't know where he is. Okay, yeah, but didn't I just maybe I have to turn 2 things? I have to do them each separately.
Brendan Howe was no friend of mine. The boy I knew died.
I'm interested in hearing their dialogue, even though it's obviously out of context.
That he didn't died years ago is the only thing worth mourning here.
Same guy. Okay, yeah, I just had to turn in 2 things twice. That's annoying.
Your efforts are greatly appreciated.
R. Wolf, that's a person I can click on.
Wonderful. Another one. I suppose you're here to ask for a donation too. Boy, take your petition to the Darkspawn if it's so important to you. They hold my Arling now. I hear they're charitable folk. Gallagher Wolf, Arl of the West Hills, or what's left of them. All of southern Ferelden covered by black clouds, the ground rotting beneath your feet, plagues and darkspawn raids going on until even the crows get sick of the smell of carrion.
Sure, but other than that...
like that when compared to the important troubles here in Denerim. There's no point talking about it. Leave me. I've nothing for you anyway.
Okay, I need to tell this guy I'm a Grey Warden, so
there's nothing more to say.
Ah!
Pester someone else.
Okay, I handled that conversation poorly. I should have led with the fact I'm a Grey Warden.
He doesn't expect us to believe Anora unfit to rule, with her father to advise her.
I wonder that myself. His timing is
I just told you Logain's evil.
Reach is overrun. I have little time to devote to politics at present.
Overrun? Has the blight truly spread so far?
Most of my freeholders have fled to Redcliffe and Lothering, but I doubt.
Well, they don't even know Lothering got destroyed.
Ryland, I had no idea.
Be careful how loudly you speak of it. Wolf lost both his boys to Darkspawn, trying to evacuate West Hills.
Lady Andraste, pray for us.
They have a lot of dialogue. Now this is where Master Ignacio used to be, so now... Am I wrong? Anyway, there's something here. And this was where someone else was, but I don't think they're here either. Alright, well, that was very productive. We turned in several side quests, 2 of which I didn't even know I had to go here to do. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the shop and sell stuff. And you know what? This shop has a real good ring. I gotta think about whether I want it.
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas. We carry...
Because I am making money. Alright. Yeah. I guess I'll keep anything magical. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Nope. No. Magical isn't good enough anymore. Yes. I think I have one of these, which is enough. I can always get them back if I want to badly enough for whatever reason. Just buy them back. Keep that. Ooh. That actually looks very... This looks better than the thing above it, which costs more money. I mean, plus 5 willpower, but this is plus 3 willpower. This one I'm not going to use. You know what? Get rid of it. Oh, I need to. I did not sell nearly enough stuff. Gotta get rid of a couple more things. So I can get rid of one of these. I definitely don't need two of them. That's not going to save any inventory space, though. I guess... Alright. I'm just going to give these gifts even though it's wasteful because everyone's at 100% approval, but I just need them not to be in my inventory. Leilani, you'd like a saliva-covered ball of yarn, right?
Why, thank you so much.
I mean, that's generous. That's a generous reaction. And yeah, Morgan. Well, oh, you know what? I should give this to Shale. She likes rocks. Okay, we're fine. Now the question is, do I want to buy this super ring?
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas. We carry...
It is... Oh shit, or this. Oh my... Oh... Goodness gracious, it's good. Or the ring is plus 20 against every element, and I don't really have good rings. It's not like I'm dropping something that's good. I mean, but I personally have good rings, but like Leilani doesn't. What about Alistair? Alright, I'm going to think about it because I can't buy both of these. And maybe this would be the better one to buy. Alright, I have to meditate upon that. Okay, so I guess now I'm supposed to go back to Arla Amon and sort of... Yeah, I guess I need to tell him what I found, it sounds like. I'm anxious to set this shit off. I mean, I'm willing to go where the game wants to take me, that's fine, but I'm real anxious to start having these meetings and votes. Politics. I wonder how I could have handled that guy who didn't want to talk to me. Maybe if I told him I was a Grey Warden, he'd be like, well, then you suck. Why? Where were you when I needed you? Who knows? Okay, it just auto-saved. Shale, here you are. What's your approval look like? Oop. Yeah, it's not quite 100. Take a remarkable... Whoop. Take a remarkable rock. Oh wait, this is not how you do it. Because you like rocks.
Very nice indeed.
Okay, now I got one for Zevran. Don't know where he is off the top of my head. Okay, he's the opposite direction. Wait, was he in here? Yeah, okay. Oh, I actually don't need to come over here to give him a gift. That was silly. Also, I think I already gave him this gift. I think this is the second time.
You have excellent taste.
Alright, anyone got anything?
This is a nice change from having to sleep in the woods, isn't it? I know that look. You have something on your mind, don't you? Of course. All right. It is my job to spin yarns after all.
Alright. Well, maybe he has something to say because we're doing elf stuff.
You know, I could get to like this. The last time I came... Your wish? Whatever you'd like to ask. Yes, I suppose it is time. You have been
Okay,
a good friend
I
to me.
forget what this was about, but apparently
there is a reason I
it's
accepted
secret.
this mission in Ferelden, far away from home, and it had nothing to do with any thought that I might leave the Crows. Meeting you, after all, was quite an accident. My last mission before this one did not end well. You must realize that until that day I was cocky and arrogant. I was the best crow in Antiva, I believed, and I bragged of my conquests often, both as an assassin and lover. One of the crow masters grew tired of my boasting. My bid for an incredibly difficult mark was accepted, much to my surprise. A wealthy merchant with many guards and completely silent. Taliesin agreed to be part of my team, as well as an elven lass named Rina. She was a marvel. Tough, smooth, wicked. Eyes that gleamed like justice.
The hell does that mean?
Everything I thought I desired. Rina was special. I had closed off my heart, I thought. But she touched something within me. It frightened me. When Taliesin revealed to me that
Oh, okay, this
Rina
is his
accepted a
personal
bribe
mission. I
from the
finally got it. I
merchant
was
and
wondering
told
where
him
it went.
of our plan. I readily agreed that she needed to pay the price and allowed Taliesin to kill her. Rina begged me not to. On her knees, with tears in her eyes, she told me that she loved me and had not betrayed us. I laughed in her face and said that even if it were true, I didn't care. Taliesin cut her throat, and I watched her bleed as she stared up at me. I spat on her for betraying the crows. When Taliesin and I finally assassinated the merchant, we found the true source of his information. Rina had not betrayed us, after all.
Whoops. Rip.
I wanted to tell the crows what we had done, our mistake. Taliesin convinced me not to. He said it would be a foolish waste. So we reported that Rina had died in the attempt. We needn't have bothered. The crows knew what we had done. The master who disliked me told me so to my face. He said the crows knew, and they didn't care. And one day, my turn would come. To rub it in my face, perhaps. that I was nothing, that she was nothing. You once asked why I wanted to leave the crows. In truth, what I wanted was to die.
Okay, that's a
What better way than to throw myself at
interesting
one of the
angle.
fabled Grey Wardens? And then this happened, and here I am. No, what I want is to begin again. Whatever it is I sought by leaving Antiva, I think I have found it. I owe you a great deal.
You don't have a mission I can do for you?
Let us return to your mission, shall we? Suddenly, I do not feel like standing about.
Huh.
You know, I could get your wish. Whatever you'd like to ask. You know, your wish. Again, I'm game.
Huh, okay. Is he the only one who doesn't have a mission? Why would that be?
Arl only gave Her Highness that tiny room.
He's always been stingy.
He's always been stingy.
Can't believe the Arl only gave Her Highness that tiny room.
He's always been stingy.
Somebody's in here. Ogren just waiting for dinner eternally.
I got a moment, sure. What about? All right. All right then.
Yeah, he's got nothing. I have abandoned him. It was all about him for a brief period. Maybe Shale will have more to say, because her approval went up a lot.
Everything in here appears to be breakable. It seems most I happen to like... did I just say that?
Oh, I
Someone
skipped.
else appears to be making
She
use of
she
my
gave a
mouth.
different answer and I
How
skipped.
odd. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go. Refreshing.
Alright, I picked the wrong option
Everything
there.
in here appears to be breakable. It seems most It doesn't have better things to do. On that.
Okay, nothing. Yeah, maybe I should sort of talk to him, and then that'll probably end this mission within a mission, then I can talk to people. There we go.
Ah, there you are. I was about to send out a search party. I've been hearing of a great commotion in the Alienage. What exactly happened there? Make her forgive me. I should be appalled that such a thing could exist here. But I'm overjoyed you can implicate Loghain. We must end the civil war quickly. What the Blight does not corrupt in this land, politics surely will. The last of our allies have arrived in the city. We cannot delay any longer. I will call for the Landsmeet to convene. Bring Alistair and join me at the palace as soon as you are ready, Warden.
Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Alistair, how you feeling? Kind of a big day right now?
Beeman doesn't expect me to give a speech. Maker, he probably does, doesn't he? Oh.
Man up, my dude. Well, your voice is weird. What about... What about that crazy fool Morgan? Sten, why are you in my room? I don't...
This is not as defensible as I would like, but it will do. What is your wish, Kadan?
I'm glad we're getting
I am
along
hardly
better,
surprised. Very well. As you wish.
It would be very easy to click that you want to leave by mistake.
If one more servant asks if I would like a change
Your
of clothes,
desire?
I will set the house on fire. Your desire? So, full of questions, are you? If one more servant asks, your desire? We are hardly alone, so privacy is not an option. It is your question, however. Ask what you will.
Yeah, this is not the time or place. Okay. What am I supposed to do now? Go back to Even? Tell him I'm ready? Arl Even has gone to the Landsmeet chambers. What does that mean? Does that mean he's not in the room with Alistair, which is this? No, he's not. These are all my people. Nora, oh, Nora, yeah, we should check in with Nora. She's an important aspect of this. She probably won't have much to say other than trying to convince me to back her.
My lady.
Is it true? Alina tells me that Arl Eamon has gone ahead to call the Landsmeet. I hope we're ready. Truly, I've never felt so ill-prepared for a Landsmeet before. But it is in the Maker's hands now. You should hurry. Father won't waste time wresting the proceedings from Eamon. He will need you. I'll meet you there. Maker, watch over us all.
Okay, not much there. I'm guessing when I walk out the door, it'll just happen. Because otherwise, I don't know where to go.
As you say.
No.
Indeed.
Oh, because I need to have Alistair. Okay.
Indeed.
Obviously doesn't affect my standard party, but probably some people never take Alistair. But they're fools. Okay. Arl Eamon's estate wonders if... Still not sure where I'm supposed to go. Maybe it's a new place on the world map? Ooh, didn't level up Morrigan. I talked about what level she was and then didn't actually do it. That was genius. Yeah. Magic willpower. Herbalism, so we can finally do that quest, by the way. And I think I was going down this tree. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to put that spell in her tactics, but I'll do it later. Okay, yep, there it is. The Royal Palace. The place I've never been able to go before. Is this the fort? This is probably where I was being held prisoner, I think. I don't know what these other two are.
Warden, I am not surprised it has come to this.
Oh, you're the woman who
if you were even
kicked
remotely
the
worthy of being called Merrick's
ass
son,
of my entire
you would
party.
already be in the Landsmeet. Now wouldn't you? You have torn Ferelden apart to oppose the very man who ensured you were born into freedom. But do not think you will get past me to desecrate the Landsmeet itself. The nobles of Ferelden will confirm
Seriously?
my lord
You're gonna
as
try to
regent, and we can
just
finally
you're
put
gonna
this
solve
to
this
rest
problem by
once you are gone.
killing us? Wow. This is old school. Just forget politics. Just kill your opponent. I mean, no. It happens all the time. I shouldn't be too surprised. 3 or 4. She's super, super dedicated to him, but it's also hard to believe I can intimidate her. Probably neither one of these things is going to work. Maybe, I feel like she cannot be intimidated whatsoever. Maybe persuade will work.
I'm aware that he has changed. It has been difficult for him to realize his own countrymen would turn against him. I'm not surprised he is bitter. But he is still a great man, one of the best Ferelden has seen.
Let me go with the slavery angle. I don't know if she cares about that, but it is new information, so maybe it will be effective.
What was he supposed to do? You and Eamon were harassing him at every side, forcing him to empty the treasury to fight you.
Yeah,
He
maybe
never
it's not new
wanted
to
a
her.
civil war. After Kaelin died, everyone was supposed to rally, come together to fight the Darkspawn without crying to Orlais for aid. He never anticipated Merrick's bastard would challenge the throne and force this war.
Well, he's such a friggin' brilliant strategist. Why doesn't he anticipate things?
I can end the threat you pose to Ferelden. To arms, men!
I can't believe she's just gonna outright. Usually when a king kills, when people kill each other to, like, claim the throne, it's like they poison them. They do it in some kind of way that's, like, plausible deniability. They don't just, like, walk in the door and stab you and all your friends with a sword. Well, she's fucking tough. We know that. She hits for, like, 150 damage. Alright. I just gotta keep her. I gotta keep her off us. I gotta micromanage. Great, it didn't work. Alright. You all get her. I'm gonna do archers. Cause yeah, otherwise it's just gonna be stun city with these fucking archers.
Yes.
Did I miasma? Did I do it?
Of course.
Alright, she's got Mark of Death and Death Hex. She's probably gonna kill Morgan. That's usually how these fights go. Let's go. Oh! Shit! Okay. They're doing it. Tell me she's dead. Why are you running over here, Morgan? I mean, she's healing, which is fine. who is attacking her?
I need him.
Let's get this guy.
Come and get it. Now you really save some dignity.
She's real close to dead. Wow, she will not go down. Okay, everybody fall down, please. Whoop, I don't think I think it moved at the last second. I got...
As you say.
I'll try to be merciful.
Oh, they got her. They got her. All right, we should be fine now. I don't think there's any big deal whatsoever about any of these guys.
You shall not touch me!
Fuck, my people did their job. I think it might be because I figured out how to get Alistair to stop. For some reason, I have to look this up, but it seems like this is busted. This is busted. He keeps getting rid of Liliana's Mark of Death. I think he thinks it's a buff spell somehow. So I think that's part of what happened is the Mark of Death stayed on her. Okay, wow. It's crazy that she tried to kill me, and I can't believe that I couldn't talk her down. And I can't believe I killed her. That wasn't even that hard.
My lords and ladies of the Landsmeet, Tyrn Loghain would have us give up our freedoms, our traditions, out of fear.
Now Alistair's going to deliver his speech soaked in blood.
We should place our destiny in his hands? Must we sacrifice everything good about our nation to save it?
A fine performance, Aemon. But no one here is taken in by it. You would attempt to put a puppet on the throne, and every soul here knows it. The better question is who will pull the strings. Ah! Here we have the puppeteer.
Me?
Tell us, Warden. How will the Orlesians take our nation from us? Will they deign to send their troops, or simply issue their commands through this would-be prince? How much Ferelden blood does Orlesian gold buy these days?
I assume I'm not persuading him, I'm persuading the crowd. See, the argument that we all need to unite because the real issue is the Blight goes both ways. Loghain makes that same argument himself. That just means pick a king. It doesn't mean pick any one particular king. So I'm going to pick number 2. Because the point is don't vote for him. That's the point.
Some of us are curious, Loghain, about precisely what happened at Ostagar.
So, one of Kaelin's killers would dare speak of betrayal. You led our king to his death with your grandiose tales of griffins flying into battle.
By the way, I'm covered in the blood of your second in command. Do I stick to one thing or do I just throw every bit of dirt I have? I'll do the latter.
What's this? There is no slavery in Ferelden. Explain yourself.
There is no saving the alienage. Damage from the riots has yet to be repaired. There are bodies still rotting in their homes. It is not a place I would send my worst enemy. There is no chance of holding it if the Blight comes here. Despite what you may think, Warden, I have done my duty. Whatever my regrets may be for the elves, I have done what was needed for the good of Ferelden.
Okay, well, persuade is always an option, but... number 4 is pretty good. Number 5 is pretty good. Number 6 is pretty good. I'll go with number 1. Because it seems like the queen is popular. Kidnapping her would be I think a point a lot of people would take seriously.
By all means, let us speak of Honora, Warden. For this is a matter close to my own heart. What have you done with my daughter? You took my daughter, our queen, by force, killing her guards in the process. What arts have you employed to keep her? Does she even still live?
I believe I can speak for myself. Lords
there we go.
and
Yeah,
ladies
this
of
is a
Ferelden,
dramatic moment
hear
we
me.
set up right here.
This warden has slandered and defamed Ferelden's greatest hero in a bid to put an imposter on Merrick's throne.
Whoop. I'm honestly very surprised. Good twist. Well, I wonder if I'd set her up with Alistair, would she have done this?
Did he? Are you certain of that? I know my father. He would never do less than his utmost for the sake of his country. But I needed to know your mind, Warden. You could have proven yourself an ally of Ferelden. It is unfortunate for all of us that you did not.
Who here can say that Honora is not fit to rule this land? And who can say that this Alistair is?
Well, I got
we know
taken.
nothing of him, save that
I
he
got
may
outplayed in
have
the Game of
royal
Thrones.
blood. For 5 years, Honora has been queen and proven herself worthy of the Theron name. She can lead our people through this crisis, and I can lead her armies. My lords and ladies, our land has been threatened before. It's been invaded and lost and won times beyond counting.
Yeah,
We
people are
Feraldans
into his
have
speech.
proven that we will never truly be conquered so long as we are united. We must not let ourselves be divided now. Stand with me, and we shall defeat even the Blight itself.
The Warden. I'm with the Warden. Southreach stands with the Grey Wardens.
The Warden helped me personally in a family matter.
Waking Sea stands with the Grey Warden.
Dragon's Peak supports the Warden.
Western Hills is with you, Loghain. Make her help us.
I stand by Loghain. We've no hope of victory otherwise.
I'm with Loghain. Who else could defeat the Blight? Loghain, I'm with you.
This bodes ill for us all.
It sure does. I got played right into their hands. I fucked everything up.
The Landsmeet has spoken. Following these Grey Wardens has cost us our king. We must not allow it to cost us our country. I charge Eamon, Alistair, and this Warden with treason. Take these traitors outside to await execution.
To arms! We will not be taken without a fight!
Do I have allies? It's what we're doing now. Now we've destroyed democracy. Now we're the ones who are in the wrong if we solve this by killing him. Is this a mage?
For Ferelden!
Okay, get the mage. Oh, 2 mages. Well, can't help that.
To battle! Let it be done! You will pay for that!
I am your death!
You of course!
Okay, I'll go for mage number 2. Logain's still trying to kill me. All right. All right, let's get archers. Oh, Logain knocked me down. Alright, I gotta watch. Just gotta watch my guys who are fighting Logain, see if they.
Let us end this quickly.
Hit this archer.
In the Maker's name, stop! We will have order.
Agreed.
Does that mean my people got Logain?
Alistair's right to the throne is challenged. His challenger's honor is in doubt. In the past, such disputes were settled by duel. Will the Landsmeet agree?
Yes, if it will avoid further bloodshed. But it must be fought according to tradition, by strength of arms only, in single combat until one party yields. Do you accept the terms?
This is awesome. I could put my dog. I could. Oh, that would be fucking hilarious. I think Alistair should do it. This is weird that I even have this choice. I could see why. You know, maybe if you've gone a whole game without using Alistair and you don't feel like making the game about him.
You know, I could have said that.
Then
Exactly.
let us test the mettle of
That's
our
why you should do
would-be
it.
king. Prepare yourself.
This is some caveman shit way to settle this. I thought I was going to control him. I guess not. Maybe I am. Yeah, he drew his sword. That's how this works. Why is everyone shot? Oh, I am. Okay. Alistair. All right. I mean, the good news is you don't really have many things you can do. All right. Let's start off with the war cry.
On it.
Oh, we both war cried and he won and I lost. That's a great. We're off to a classic start right now. Holy fuck. Am I already rallying? Is that... Alright, overpower. Can't help noticing that he is completely killing me. Holy shit.
Face me! I will prevail!
It's gonna war cry again. Alright, let me war cry you. Alright, good time for me to take a potion. Nope, good time for me to hit him.
For Ferelden!
Missed. Ugh.
Excellent! Excellent! In the Maker's name! Wonderful! Yes!
I'm getting absolutely nothing done.
Excellent! Maker!
Just die already!
Wonderful! Take that! Wonderful!
Excellent!
Is that all you've got?
Time to
The only reason I might win this is because I have health potions that I doubt he does.
You will fall! I do not fear death!
Done. Injured, as in me, as in now.
Excellent! Excellent! You're no match for me!
You asked for it. Plan B! Plan B!
Yes!
For Marek!
Wonderful! I fight for Ferelden!
Just die already!
Well done.
Okay, done
Yes.
now!
Is that my blood?
Well done.
Die! I've lost you! Ha! Come and get me if you dare!
Wonderful. So, there is some of Marek in you after
Oh, Jesus, I totally only got that because of health potions.
Forget Marek.
I
This is
died
Duncan.
like 20 times to his one.
So it is decided. Alistair will take his father's throne.
Wait, what? No. When did this get decided? Nobody's decided that. Have they?
He refuses the throne. Everyone here has heard him. I think it's clear then. He abdicates in favor of me.
I hardly think you're the appropriate person to mediate this, Enora. Warden, will you help us?
I mean, why would anyone... I'm no more impartial than she is.
Strange. I feel like I'm back at the Abbey, trying not to get chosen last for the sparring teams.
On the one hand, she did almost have us killed. On the other hand... No, there is no other hand. Don't make her queen.
You're totally right.
Are there people who are ready for that sort of thing? But I guess if it comes down to it, I'll do my best.
This is stupid that I get to choose when, as an allegedly impartial observer, when I obviously totally am not.
This wasn't exactly my first choice when we got to Denerim, but I know what we're up against. I know what's at stake. And after what she's already done, do we really trust her to help us?
No, of course not.
If that's the price of ending the Blight, it's my duty as a Grey Warden. You're asking me? Well, I guess your options are give the crown to the woman who double-crossed us.
Basically the same question I asked
give
before.
The crown to me. Thrilling, I know. Frankly, I think you should give her the throne. I've never wanted it. But it's up to you. On the one hand, she did almost have us killed.
Certainly. I prefer to think of it as having staunch determination. Was there a point you wanted to make? I expect nothing. I have done what I deemed necessary for Ferelden. I assume you will do the same.
She's just like her dad.
Warden, there's no doubt on this subject. Alistair would be a disastrous king. I can lead Ferelden. I have proven this.
She had me totally taken in, though. I totally believed that she was on my side. It really didn't even occur to me. I mean, theoretically it occurred to me in some portion of my mind, but I really didn't think that this was all fake. And partially because it's like staging your own kidnapping so that the warden will get involved. It's like, this is the type of plan that only happens in movies. It's a ridiculous plan to actually execute and expect to go right. Except it did.
Surely that's not a serious question. I have been the ruler of this nation in all but name for the last 5 years. I can lead Ferelden. Alistair can't. If you give him the crown, then you've only brought us a brief pause in the Civil War. It will resume again at the first opportunity, and it won't end until a new dynasty holds power.
Dynasty.
And he'll need it. He can't hold the throne on his own, and every soul here knows it. Opportunists will forever be watching him, waiting to grab power. Because I will always do what is necessary for my people. Doubt anything else about me, Warden, but not that.
Okay, this was a pointless conversation because, as Alistair said, this woman just tried to kill me.
As the arbiter of this dispute, what is your decision? Who will lead Ferelden?
I can still switch. I can still switch tracks. I can still bring her in. But yeah, now at this point I've won because for some reason I get to make this decision, which makes no sense. But yeah, I don't need to compromise. We just won. Thanks to healing potions.
This is where I wake up, usually. Or everyone points and laughs because I have no clothes on.
Honora, the Landsmeet has decided against you. You must now swear fealty to our king, and relinquish all claim to the throne for yourself and your heirs.
If you think I will swear that oath, Eamon, you know nothing of me. Reason clearly had nothing to do with your choice, Warden.
We cannot leave Ferelden in a state of civil war. We must have unity. If she will not swear fealty to you, Alistair, and renounce her claim to the throne, she is a threat to us all.
What do you want me to do exactly? Kill her? I can't do that. I guess... put her in the tower for now. Lock her up. Maybe we can find somewhere to send her. Later.
Thank you, Alistair. You show me mercy that I would not have shown you.
Very well, then. Guards, take her away. Your Highness, would you address the Landsmeet?
Oh, that will be me, right? I never knew him, But from all I've heard of my father,
Don't fuck up too badly,
what
also.
defined him was his commitment to protecting this land.
Not really sure what I'm being asked to guess here.
Everyone, get ready to march. It's going to take all of Ferelden's strength to survive this blight. But we will face it, and we'll defeat it! We'd better get going. Ferelden is depending on us.
I can't believe how poorly he did in that fight. I should have done it myself, because I'm sort of the only person in the party who has both offense and defense. He has no offense, Alistair. Leilani and Morrigan would not be able to stand up to him whatsoever.
You made me king. After all this is over with, they're actually going to put me on the throne. I'm going to be the king. Thank you. You want me to thank you? How could you do this to me? I've done nothing but regret my blood since the day I was born. I don't want this. I never wanted this. I hate the very idea of it. I thought we were friends. You knew how I felt about this, yet you went ahead and did it anyway. Why?
Because it's necessary.
And what I want doesn't factor in anywhere, does it?
You
Funny how it
are
all
a
works out like
soldier.
that. I've just never thought of
What you
myself as a
want
leader.
doesn't matter. That's
I'm going to
you
make a terrible
agreed to
king,
that when you
have to know
became a
that.
soldier.
How can I make decisions that are going to affect the lives of everyone in the kingdom? I guess I don't really have a choice in this now, do I? I'll do my best, of course, and I expect that you'll be there to help me, right? Good. Then it's settled. Alienage has left for Redcliffe. He says the army has gathered there and is almost ready to march. As soon as we're ready, we should head to Redcliffe ourselves. The blight awaits, right?
All right, well, ooh, I level up. And the next quest is called The Final Battle. Damn, son. All right, well, gonna better spend my money. I thought it said I could level up. Why do I not have points? I have a spell but not points? Why? All right, well, that'll be it for now. Somehow I think that wasn't the best possible solution, considering we decided to make it about Honora when we could have brought up other things that he did wrong, but we chose to go with Honora, and she responds by stabbing us in the back. Then we lose the election. Then we lose the fight by all rights, except Alistair just kept taking healing potions until he didn't lose anymore. So I'm sure that wasn't exactly the classic optimal solution, but somehow we muddled through. And yeah, next time I'll I'll try to do like, I mean, I'm gonna want to buy potions and equipment and stuff. I'll do that off stream, and we'll. I believe we can start. No, we have this friggin' one goddamn side quest. All right. We'll do that one. We'll do this one side quest, and then we'll start the final battle. Amazing. But this quest is still around. This is the final battle. How is this guy gonna come? How is this Thieves Guild guy gonna come back? Interesting. But anyway. All right. So that's the plan. Thanks so much for watching. Very much appreciate it. And wow, we're actually close to the end. Amazing. Here in episode 27. Okay. Thank you again. Bye-bye.